There was a man. While living an ordinary day, he suddenly lost consciousness and collapsed. When he opened his eyes again, his surroundings were entirely unfamiliar, and people stared at him in astonishment. He had vanished without a trace for a staggering 3 days. His family had been frantically searching for him, and no one knew what had happened to him during those 3 days. The man claimed that immediately after collapsing, he experienced a strange phenomenon. He was engulfed in light and transported somewhere. Although everyone initially disbelieved him, the man soon began to reveal eerie stories. He claimed that during the 3 days he was gone, he had seen the future, 200 years from now, and the future he described was incredibly vivid and detailed. He began to accurately predict technologies that didn't exist at the time, unbelievable social phenomena, and even monumental events that would alter humanity's destiny. At first, it was dismissed as mere delusion. But as some of his prophecies began to materialize in reality over time, people fell into confusion, particularly when a specific technology he had predicted became real. Scientists worldwide began to pay attention to him. The questions of what he experienced during those lost 3 days, and how he came to know the future remain unresolved mysteries. This bizarre true story poses deep questions about the concept of time and human cognitive abilities, and makes us reflect once more on the secrets of a world we don't know. Was he truly a time traveler from the future, or an entity who experienced another dimension? What if you were infected by a million-year-old frozen virus? Would it be deadly to humanity, or would it grant immortality? This is a bizarre true story of a Russian scientist infected by an ancient virus awakened from ice. Russian scientist Anatoly Brushkov was a pioneer in studying ancient microorganisms trapped in permafrost. In 2009, a million-year-old bacterium was discovered in a glacier in the Yakutsk region of Siberia, and he undertook a dangerous experiment by injecting this bacterium directly into himself. He believed this ancient bacterium held the key to halting human aging. His colleagues were aghast, vehemently opposing him, arguing it could be a deadly virus for humanity. Yet, Brushkov injected himself to prove his hypothesis. Surprisingly, after the virus injection, Brushkov experienced bizarre changes, becoming healthier. He didn't catch colds, felt less fatigued, and led a much more active life than usual. Signs of aging even seemed to slow. His body appeared to be maintaining youth after being infected with the ancient virus, and this phenomenon drew the attention of scientists worldwide. Some even speculated that he was taking the first step towards becoming an immortal being. Was the million-year-old virus a blessing, or the beginning of an unknown disaster? Brushkov's experiment caused a massive stir in the scientific community. He continues his research in good health, and the changes in his body offer new possibilities for human lifespan extension and aging research. However, we must also remember the potential dangers of ancient viruses. This bizarre true story poses deep questions about the mystery of life and the duality of science.
At minus 40 degrees Celsius, can a man survive if trapped for 3 days in biting cold? This story is an unimaginable miracle of human survival. In 2008, Bruno Levesque of Canada got lost while hunting. Soon, brutal cold exceeding minus 40 degrees Celsius hit, and heavy snowfall left him stranded. He found a small den under a tree by chance, and huddled there, waiting for rescue. As time passed, his body froze, and his fingers and toes lost sensation. For 3 days and nights, without food or water, he endured with only the will to survive. After 3 days, Bruno was finally discovered by rescuers, shocking everyone. Medical staff diagnosed his body as completely frozen, almost in a state of suspended animation. All his fingers and toes were necrotic and had to be amputated, and his body was severely damaged by frostbite. However, doctors unanimously called his survival itself a miracle. Enduring over 72 hours at minus 40 degrees Celsius, and even retaining a faint consciousness near death, was an astounding feat difficult to explain medically. This case shows that human will to survive can overcome physical limits. Bruno Levesque's story proved both human fragility and astonishing resilience. Even after amputation surgery, he did not lose his will to live, successfully rehabilitated, and through his experience, conveyed the importance of never give up will to live to people. How far can you endure in a desperate situation?
What if there was a doll that collected human souls? The chilling true story of the movie Annabelle delivers supernatural horror beyond your imagination. Is this doll truly cursed? The movie Annabelle was not mere fiction. In the 1970s, an old doll named Annabelle, gifted to American nursing student Donna, initially seemed ordinary. But soon, bizarre phenomena began to occur. The doll moved on its own, changed positions, and even left eerie, blood-like messages around the house. When scratches and injuries appeared mysteriously around the doll, Donna was terrified. Spiritual experts Ed and Lorraine Warren investigated the case. They revealed that the doll was not merely haunted, but possessed by a demonic entity seeking human souls. The doll seemed to try to collect souls, provoking people's fears and invading their minds. The Warrens sealed the Annabelle doll in a specially made glass case, and kept it in their occult museum. However, chilling testimonies continued, claiming that even within its sealed case, the doll still emanated strange energy and attempted to influence people. The Annabelle doll sparked debate not just as a horror movie trope, but about the real possibility of supernatural phenomena. This doll, still sealed and emitting powerful energy, warns us about unknown dark entities and their dangers. Can you be sure that the object next to you right now is ordinary? In 1941, a single photograph, taken on an ordinary bridge in Canada, shocked the world. Would you believe that a person from the future was captured in a photo from 80 years ago? The mystery of time travel begins. In 1941, a black and white photo, taken at the reopening ceremony of the South Fork Bridge in British Columbia, Canada, was released. At the time, it was just an ordinary commemorative photo, but in 2004, controversy began when this photo was posted on an online forum. Among the crowd in the photo, there was a man who looked strikingly out of place. He was wearing sunglasses, a modern printed t-shirt, and a cardigan, and held a device resembling a portable camera in his hand. His attire was vastly different from the clothing of the 1940s. The man's appearance in the photo immediately ignited a time traveler debate. People claimed he was from the future, as his clothing and device were unimaginable at the time. Particularly, his sunglasses resembled modern sports sunglasses, and the pattern on his t-shirt was unlike the simple designs of the era. While some argued that similar clothes or cameras existed back then, the stark contrast with other people in the photo intensified the questions. Was he just an ordinary person, coincidentally captured, or truly an entity who crossed the barrier of time? The 1941 bridge time traveler photo remains an unsolved mystery. This photo reignites humanity's long-held imagination of time travel, and poses questions about the secrets of the universe and time that we don't know. Do you believe time travel is possible? An ordinary housewife began to experience a strange phenomenon with the mirror in her home. Her reflection in the mirror seemed alive, displaying different expressions or different actions from her own, an eerie illusion. She initially dismissed it as fatigue, but the phenomenon grew more intense. One night, her reflection in the mirror spoke to her. "Hello, long time no see." The voice, as if from an old acquaintance, made her heart freeze. Terrified, she began to converse with her reflection, the other self in the mirror, knew secret past events and thoughts that only she knew perfectly. It even eerily whispered about her pain and hidden memories. She was confused whether the entity in the mirror was truly herself, or an unknown presence watching her. The mirror was no longer just an object. It felt like a portal connecting to another dimension. She eventually broke the mirror, but the bizarre conversation and fear did not vanish. This unbelievable story, unexplainable by science, poses questions about human consciousness and unknown entities. Perhaps in your mirror, there's another you, whom you don't know, living. If your reflection spoke to you late at night, what would you do?